Got one?
That's what we're looking for.
Oh yeah,
right
man,
there.
redfish. Good job. Real good job. Good job.
Oh, there he is.
There he is,
Double.
right on that bar. Get us off of this
Double.
if you can.
Dude, this is awesome.
So I don't mess you up anymore.
Oh, look at the
boy.
shark. Look at the shark. Oh, he's all over it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that.
Get him
Look
out
at
of
that.
there. Get him out of there. Pull
Look
it.
at
Get
that.
him
Oh
over-
my
get him over
gosh.
here. Get him over here. Get him over here. Swing him over here.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Wow, son.
That is a
That's
shark.
the biggest fish I've ever caught. This is a stud.
Yes, look at that guy. I thought you said you had
I got him. Relax.
Oh my God.
The Suffolk Saltwater Experience with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
Check this out. See if we can find any bait here.
Been finding bait on the shoreline?
Yes. Pilchards, Spanish sardines.
So what exactly is this fort thing, looking thing?
That's East Martello. East Martello now is a museum full of really cool Key West history, all kinds of stuff. I mean, if you went in there, you would learn all kinds of stuff. And then they have this other thing in there, Robert the Doll. You ever heard of
who?
Robert? He's like a mischievous little Key West ghost, but it's this doll. He's weird, man. And we blame everything in our house on Robert the Doll. Everything.
So
I
if our
mean,
fishing stinks today, it's his fault, huh?
well, he would be more like,
if you can't find your
if,
cast net or
if
something?
you just had your, not a cast net, more like a pack of Strike King Zulus or something like that. Like you put them down and turn around and you put them, where'd they go? Robert the Doll moved them right over here, you know. Robert the Doll.
Well, that seems to happen to me a lot, especially with my car keys.
See, you didn't know you had Robert the Doll at, I think you might have Austin the kid.
Yeah, that might be a problem too. I could go check that out sometime. That's pretty wild. There you go. Get that trolling motor up out of your way. Yeah, you got him, baby. You got this floor weld going.
Oh yeah, it's good. That's what we're looking for right there, medium size.
Man, oh man, was that some good redfishing you put us on there.
That's something I've been working on really, really hard, and something really that, you know, from all of our redfish tournaments that we did, each one of those locations we picked up something. And I started thinking, you know what? I bet you if I went home and tried this, if I just tried it, I would be able to catch some redfish at home. Finally, I got a day, and I went for miles and miles and miles and miles. I think I wore a 36-volt trolling motor batteries out. I mean, they were dead at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, you know, I probably found 6, 8 spots like that. And you know, that was one of the ones that I had found.
I remember you calling me on that day when you were in the midst of having redfish and Goliath grouper and everything all around you in a feeding frenzy, and you said, "Rich, you're not gonna believe it. I found it."
There he is.
Got one?
That's what we're looking
Oh
for.
yeah,
right
man,
there.
redfish. Good job. Real good job.
Wow.
Nice. Did he eat that Zulu?
Yeah.
You know, all my life growing up in South Florida, I never heard about anybody catching, you know, redfish in the lower keys. It was always, you know, Florida Bay, you know, Flamingo.
That's exactly what I've been doing for 10 years now.
Well, you know, we rely so much on, like you're saying, seeing stuff. I mean, and a lot of times, you know, you're not going to see them. If they're not just blatantly out on a flat, you know, we don't see them. Or if we're not, you know, if we're trolling them down a shoreline and we see one, we're like, oh, there's a redfish. But, you know, the techniques we learned as far as like, you know, these redfish magic, I mean, that is a search bait. I mean, we're able to go down shorelines, full bore on the trolling motor, casting that up and ahead of us, and if that thing hits the water and there's fish under the mangroves and they feel that thump and they're gonna come out and eat it. Then if you know that area, we can go back there with live bait, take our time, you know, chum a little bit if we need to get more out of there. You'll really find out the area.
Too shabby. Check him out. Well, one spotter.
Yeah.
you.
Good. Nice job, dude.
Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. We'll catch him another day.
See you, buddy.
Or his buddy. Or his daddy. Or his mama. Or his cousin. Or his uncle.
Another nice red. Another nice one. These are fat
Shoulders.
ones, man.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Hawks Cay Resort Marina and Villas. All the fun of the Florida Keys in one island resort. Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. Quantum Rods and Reels, fishing at a quantum level. By Mercury Marine. Lowrance, makers of HDS, high-definition systems. By Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Sperry Topsider, a passion for the sea. And by Loadmaster, Power Pole, Corrosion Block, Ocean LED, and Tough Line.
You know what? I love redfish. As a species of fish, I love to catch them. One of the things that I like about the redfish so much is you can use cool artificial lures. I mean, I grew up bass fishing in Tennessee. I like using plastic worms. I like using something like the Wild Thing or a spinner bait. I like the blind fishing and all of a sudden, boom, there's the bite. And that's one of the things that I like about the redfish. It's like a saltwater largemouth bass. That's good. Dude, that's a big redfish.
Nice redfish. Really nice. Just smoked it on the magic. Here, why don't you grab?
I'll grab him. I got the grabber right here. That is a nice one. Nice, I love it. Look how beautiful he is.
You know, it's a cool style of fishing. You get up there on the flats, you can find them tailing, you can find them under the mangroves, you can find them in deep holes, you can find them in schools, you can find them by themselves. They're just a fish that's tailor-made for anglers like us, guys that like to explore, guys that like to find themselves in these different situations and just say, oh, that's cool. I didn't know the fish would do that. Or I had no idea that the fish would be here.
What a versatile bait for us to be able to throw.
The most versatile bait. I mean, sharks, redfish, Goliaths. That guy's an eating machine right there. I tell you what, he doesn't have a mark on him. He looks perfect.
Good turn.
Absolutely perfect. You can make some money with him.
You'd been telling me about these redfish down here. You're like, oh man, I found a redfish spot down here. Oh, it's really good. We went and caught 10 of them. I'm like, you know, wow, that's pretty impressive. I mean, it's hard for me to believe. You know, I mean, you don't read about it in any magazines. You never hear about it from any fishing guides. And now you're finding more and more of these spots that you can lean on.
Hey, you know what? Covering that ground, I think, is absolutely essential. And you know, guys up in your area, they've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
And that's why
That's
everybody
what I was
knows
thinking.
where
I
every
mean,
spot
I was
is.
so impressed with the fishing. When we showed up there, you're like, all right, they're gonna be somewhere on this shoreline. You know, and he said, you know, get a couple magics ready, and we started throwing the magics down there, and you know, wham, there's a jack, wham, there's a snapper. You know, I mean, we started catching fish right off the bat, and I'm thinking, okay, wow, this is pretty cool. I mean, you know, I haven't got a redfish yet, but you know, and wham, there's a little Goliath grouper, and I mean, you know, starting to catch a lot of fish. I mean, this was good fish, and I mean, you know, I mean, in no time at all. And then we got up to this point, you're like, there's usually some fish right on that point, throw right in there, and almost instantly, bam, hook that real nice one. I mean, and I mean, I was like, this is a redfish. I mean, you know, here I am in the lower keys, you know, throwing a spinnerbait, you know, like we would in Louisiana, and catching redfish. I mean, I would have never in a million years thought that. There he is. Good job.
Man, he walloped that one.
Feel like it's right stuff?
I think.
Can I help you?
No, I got it. He walloped it.
Going in the boat. Right on the bottom.
Look at this big one.
Oh, wow, that's a big one,
Look at
dude.
this
Don't pull the
guy.
hook on that guy.
Woo!
That is stud. Good job. Oh, there he is.
There he is,
Double.
right on that bar. Get us off of this
Double.
if you can.
Dude, this is awesome. Another nice red. Another nice one. These are fat
Shoulders.
ones, man.
You be all right with that guy?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, you can let yours go. I'll get this one. Double header on the magic. I like it.
What color are you using?
Yeah, root beerish.
No, that's that one they call blue crab.
Oh yeah.
And I've got electric chicken. Oh, listen to him drumming. You hear that?
Yeah.
Man, this guy is beautiful. One spot. Listen to him drumming. You hear that?
Yeah, man, these are nice, dude. God, this would be a tournament winning spot. Look at these, are all perfect. Slot redfish.
That is so cool.
Yeah, man.
That is so cool
Mine's
right there.
Mine's a little smaller than yours, but
That's all right.
not bad.
You got to start somewhere.
Real light color on them. Very nice. Go ahead and get mine back. See you, buddy. Fell for the electric chicken.
That's a nice fish right there.
I would have never in my life believed that we were going to be slaying fish like this on a spinner bait.
The two types of fishing tackle most commonly used in inshore fishing are the spinning rod and the traditional bait casting rod. I like to use the spinning rod when I'm going to be in situations where I may have to cast extra long cast with very light baits, and also when I'm going to be in situations that are unpredictable. I may have to fish to the left or right-hand side of the boat, either into the wind or downwind, and make long, very accurate casts. I like using a bait caster when I'm going to be in a much more predictable situation, where I'm casting along a mangrove shoreline repeatedly, over and over again, within 30 to 40 feet from the boat. If I'm going to cast consistently either into the wind or consistently downwind at a set distance of 30 to 40 feet, I'd rather choose a bait caster. There's less fatigue because of the gears in the reel, and you're going to be able to repeat that cast over and over again extremely accurately into every little nook and cranny. Check out the spinning rod for the longest casting. Check out the bait caster for repeated short and accurate casts to a shoreline.
Oh, look at a shark! Look at a shark! Oh, he's all over it! Oh my gosh, look at that! Look at that!
Get him
Look
out
at
of there!
that!
Get him out of there! Pull
Look
it.
at that! Oh my gosh!
It was originally built as a Civil War fort. Construction was started in 1862. It was intended as a fortress to keep armaments from moving from the Gulf to the other southern states on the other side of Florida. Whenever they captured what they called blockade runners, they were brought into Key West Harbor, and the goods and the ships were sold off. So it was quite profitable for the locals, and then it also kept the southern states from getting the kind of wealth they needed to continue the war. East Martello is a historical site specifically about the Civil War, but the contents of the museum is about the entire Key West history, from the original inhabitants, the Indians, the Spanish, right up until fairly recently. Some of the artists who have lived here. We exhibit the artworks as well as the historical items. Robert the Doll, he's become very, very popular here at East Martello. Robert was owned by an artist that lived here in Key West in 1904, 1905. We don't have the exact date. The doll was given to the boy. He decided to name it with his own name and assume another identity for himself. This is a 5-year-old child. He very quickly began blaming anything bad that happened on the doll. Somebody spilled milk in the living room, oh, Robert did it. That pattern continued right through his entire life. Now, Robert continues to be blamed for all kinds of things. He was donated to us several years ago, and by staff members has been blamed for all kinds of bizarre happenings in this old fort as well. This museum is sort of our treasure trove. The items here have been given to our organization by people throughout the Keys, especially Key West, to commemorate or remember the people who have lived here, the events that have taken place.
Tournament winning spot. Look at these, are all perfect. Slot redfish. When we started, spanking them on that point there, I mean, 1, 2, and on the magics there, and then And then, then after the bites kind of slowed down, we eased around, got settled into the spot, and then we had some pilchards there. We threw out some pilchards and just got that frenzy started again,
Got him.
Somebody?
Whoa.
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Nice big redfish here.
Get him out of the trees. Get him out of the
I
trees.
got him. Check this
Good
guy
job,
out.
dude. Oh, they're falling right behind it. Right behind it.
Is that a shark or another redfish?
No, that's another redfish.
Oh no, it's a shark.
It's a shark.
Ooh, I almost let him
Ooh,
eat.
I want to catch the shark.
Catch him on that redfish magic. Get him out of here. Wow.
And that's what I really like about those magics. They're such a great locator bait. The fish are going to eat them good, but eventually they'll stop eating artificial. But if we had the live bait option,
Right.
we started chumming those out. We got that frenzy going again. Next thing you know, we're hooking them left and right. We caught a bunch more reds, and then all of a sudden,
And then the bad guy comes
all of a
around.
sudden, I had that nice big redfish on. I was all excited. That was the biggest one I'd seen all day, and out of nowhere,
Don't
man.
up anymore.
Oh,
Look at the shark! Look at the shark! Oh, he's all over it! Oh my gosh, look at that! Look at that!
Get him
Look
out
at
of there.
that!
Get him out of there. Pull
Look
it.
at that.
Get him
Oh
over
my
here. Get him over
gosh.
here. Get him over here. Get him over here. Swing him over here.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? Whoa, son!
Now look, this guy will make it just fine.
Woo!
If you leave him in there just a
That scared me to death.
little bit longer. I tell you what we ought to do with this one. Since he's of legal size, we ought to put him in the live well and see if he makes it. Because if we put him
Okay.
back in there, he's done.
Put him right in here.
He is absolutely done if we put him back in there.
Look at that, man. Look at those teeth marks. Let's see that real quick. Look at that. Oh my God.
And that's only for 1 second he had.
1 second.
If we let that fish go at that point, that's just like chumming.
Right.
I mean, he has no chance. It's okay if he's got a chance, but we can take him to another area where he's going to be plenty fine. There's plenty of stuff to eat. There are other redfish there. And
Well,
we can release
we
him
just
away
threw him
from
in the
that
live one and
shark.
basically ignored him and kept, we went back to fishing, and the fishing was still good. You caught that black drum. We caught a Goliath grouper. I mean, it was hot bite.
Oh, look at the Goliath! And there's a shark after the Goliath.
Don't feed him that Goliath. Get that in here, man. We need to catch that shark.
Man, this is one hot spot. We started catching a couple more redfish, and then all of a sudden, here comes where you hooked that
There he
big one.
comes again.
Here we go. Got it. There's a good one.
Oh,
That's a
babe.
nice big red. Big
That
red.
is a nice big red. He's probably got one right there with him. Don't get under
Get him
there.
out of there. Get him out of there. Get him out. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to get ready. If that shark comes up, I'm going to bait and switch him. Oh, here comes the shark. Get the shark. Get the shark.
Dang it.
Oh, son.
He got him right there, man.
Wait.
God, I hate that.
I was thinking about that. I would have bait and switched him. Just right when I said that, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there he came.
He just came up and just snipped it right off. Oh, man, I just don't know if we even need to be fishing here anymore. Once that guy gets in there and starts doing that, maybe it's best we just leave it alone. I'd love to keep catching these guys, but maybe it's probably time for us to call it a day. If we catch another one, he'd probably get eaten.
Yeah. That was pretty wild. That was pretty wild.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yellowfin, only at a Yellowfin. Finor, legendary tackle since 1933. The Florida Keys in Key West, come as you are. Yeti Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Motor Guide, never stop. By Sirius Marine Weather, satellite weather direct to your boat. And by Under Armour, King Sailfish Mounts, Staybill, Scott Fly Rods, and Plano.
Don't mess you up anymore.
Oh, look at the shark! Look at the shark! Oh, he's all over it!
I tell you what we ought to do with this one. We ought to put him in the live well and see if he makes it, because if we put him
Okay.
back in there, he's done.
Oh, look at the Goliath! And there's a shark after the Goliath.
Don't feed him that Goliath.
Well, I'm going to get ready. If that shark comes up, I'm going to bait and switch him.
Oh, here comes the shark! Get
God.
the shark! Get the shark!
Dang it.
Oh, son!
He got him right there, man.
Wait.
God, I hate that.
And like your redfish spot there, I mean, we did the right thing. We left, and we did not create a feeding station. It's just like, our pet tarpon that hang around the dock, or pet
Yeah,
deer
they
in your
hang around-
backyard.
they hang
if
around
you
the-
feed them
the,
every day
fish
and
cleaning
don't
tables.
right, you feed them every day and don't fish for them, they're gonna come back there day after day. So you made a really good call, man, by putting them in the live well. We gave them a fighting chance, and that was pretty neat.
But I hate to tell that fish, if he grows up to be 100 pounds, the safest place he's ever been was in that live well.
That's true. That's true. Hey, he's looking strong.
Tell you, this is a spot that I've seen a lot of reds around here. It's isn't exactly the spot where he was calling home, but
he's drumming, man. Look at that. I thought this guy was totally done for. We put him in that live well, and he's revived. I feel him drumming, man. He's got the color back in him.
Now that's the best way to go for sure. If we put him back in that water with that shark after him and he was bleeding a little bit, he would have been dead instantly.
Look at him. He's ready to go. He's strong. Strong like bull.
Listen to him drumming. All right, good luck, buddy. Kind of had a hard day.
See, oh, look how strong he is.
Man, he took off like crazy.
That was a good call. That was smart. I was ready to call it quits. I thought he was done for. I thought he was
toast. Bleeding like crazy, but you know, put him in there and transport him to a area where there are other redfish and not that many sharks. And
that was one hot spot. We did the right thing getting out of there, I think, you know, when the sharks got on him. That was fun, man.
That was.
Good call. Good call bringing him out of here.